Hello, sir. You are not audible, sir.
Okay, right now, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Scanf percentage %d and n. This is the size of array. Then enter elements. Printf enter array elements. Then for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then in for loop there is a scanf function. So percentage %d and a of I. Okay, you have entered the array you want to display the array. So here the array elements are for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, printf percentage %d a of I. Suppose these array elements are unsorted array. I want to sort this array in ascending order. So for ascending order, here write for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, here you should have to compare if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1, then interchange the element position. So for this we will take support of or help of third variable, that is k. So a of k is equal to a of j then a of j is equal to a of j plus 1, then a of j is equal to j plus 1 is equal to k. Then complete of this brackets. Okay, this is sorted. I want to display. So for displaying your printf, that is for, before that I will write printf statement, printf slash n, the sorted array is. Then for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, printf percentage d a of I. Okay. Are you getting? हॅलो, इथपर्यंत तुम्हाला प्रोग्राम कोड समजलाय? आवाज तुम्हाला ऐकू येतोय? मे ऑडिबल? हॅलो, see here we have taken array of size 100 and 4 variables I, j, k. I don't know what is the size of array enter by user, so I will take enter, I will write enter size of array and scanf percentage d and n, then enter elements for that array. So for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then scanf percentage d a of I. So I want to display that entered elements. So for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then printf percentage d and a of I. This is maybe unsorted array. I want sort this array in ascending order. For that, the code is for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Then check if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. If this is a true, then interchange the elements with the help of third variable, that is k is equal to a of j. A of j is equal to a of j plus 1 and a of j plus 1 is equal to k. Then display the sorted array. So for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So instead of for I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. For printf percentage d a of I. Okay, we'll execute this code. So here see output section section C, enter array size. Suppose array size is entered 5. Then enter array elements. So array elements are entered like this. Suppose 5, 2, 4, 3, 1. See the output. The entered elements are and the sorted array. Is there any query? Please ask. We'll take 1 minute pause. Is there any query? Please ask. Have you seen the code? हॅलो, मे ऑडिबल? आवाज तुमच्यापर्यंत येतोय? आवाज तुमच्यापर्यंत येतोय का? हॅलो, okay, is there any query? Next, we are going to see the binary search concept. For binary search, this part is required. So for binary search, we'll take one variable, suppose P, for searching key element, and next three variables, low, mid, and high. Okay. So after this sorted array, we will declare low is equal to 0, then high is equal to size minus 1, here size is n. So here n minus 1. Then here we should find mid. So mid is equal to low plus high all divided by 2. Okay, then while your condition in while loop, low is always less than equal to high. If this condition is true, then you should have to check if a of mid is equal to search key is here p. Before that, here you should have to enter search key. So printf /n, enter the number to be searched. Then scanf %d and p. Then low is equal to 0, high is equal to n minus 1, mid is equal to low plus high all divided by 2. Then while low is less than equal to high, and here you in while loop there is if statement. If a of mid is equal to p, if this statement is true, then printf /n %d number is found at %d location. So here, so first %d for p and second %d for location. Location is mid plus 1. If this condition is true, then here we should use break. That is, stop the execution of while loop. If this condition becomes false, then we should go to else statement. Here in else, again you should have to check a of mid is greater than p. A of mid is greater than p. Then if this statement is true, then you should have to declare low is equal to low. That means here you should have to change high. High is equal to mid minus 1. And if this if statement is false, then go to the else statement again. Here That is, if A of mid is greater than P, then high, that is low, low is equal to mid plus 1. Then complete this loop. Then find new mid. Mid is equal to low plus high, all divided by 2. Okay, if this condition is true, then again rotate the while loop. Are you getting? If while loop or while condition becomes false, that is, see in here while loop, this condition becomes false, that is, here low is greater than high. At that condition, here you should have to write if low is greater than high, then printf number is not found. Okay, this is the code for binary search. We'll execute this code. So here enter size of array. Suppose size of array is 8. Enter array elements. Suppose array elements are entered like this. Okay, see here the array elements are displayed, the sorted array is also displayed. Then enter element to be searched. Suppose I want to search 2. Then so 2 is found at third location. Okay. Okay. See the program code as well as the output. Okay. If you have any query, write in chat box. We'll take 2 minutes pause. See the code from line number 42. Hello. Is there any query? Hello, may I audible? Is there any query regarding this program? Hello, may I audible? आवाज तुमच्यापर्यंत येतोय का? हॅलो. हॅलो. आवाज तुमच्यापर्यंत येतोय का? का आवाजच येत नाहीये? We'll run this program once again. So enter size of array, suppose 8. Enter array elements, suppose 2, 8, 2, 4, 3, 1, 5, 7, 6. Okay. Initially entered elements are displayed, then sorted array is displayed, then enter number to be searched. In this array there is, suppose I want to search number 9, which is not in array. I want to search, see what will be the output. see the program output. Okay, we have seen the binary search, which is a second experiment. Now, last part of your chapter first, we are going to see, that is amortized complexity. So what is amortized complexity? Last time I have given one example. That is ₹2 एक पेरू. ओके, ₹5 किती मिळणार? 3 आणि ₹10 7. That is, whenever you are purchasing low number of atoms, minimum number of atoms, cost is high. Here for one guava or custard apple, you are purchasing, suppose, custard apple. So for ₹2 one custard apple, for ₹5 3 custard apples, and for ₹10 7 custard apples. Then whenever you are purchasing less number of custard apples, that is, the price is, for one custard apple, price is ₹2. Okay, then when you are purchasing 3 custard apples at a time, then price is, what is the price of one custard apples from this case? For one custard apple, price is nearly about ₹1.7. And when you are purchasing more than 3 custard apples, that is nearly about more than 5 or 6, then what is the price of each custard apple from that group? What is the price of each? Here 1 point. For nearly about 42 rupees. So whenever you are purchasing less number of elements or less number of atoms, then price is high. Whenever you are purchasing maximum number of elements, then price is low. Are you getting? ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एखादी वस्तू कमी प्रमाणात खरेदी करत असता, त्यावेळेस त्याची प्राइस जास्त असते, आणि ज्यावेळेस एखादी वस्तू तुम्ही जास्त प्रमाणात खरेदी करता, त्यावेळेस त्या वस्तूची किंमत कमी असते. ही गोष्ट समजली तुम्हाला? क्या समजलेली नाहीये? समजली नसेल तर नाही म्हणून सांगा. Hello. I'm waiting for response. आवाज तर तुमच्यापर्यंत येतोय का? का ते पण येत नाहीये? हॅलो. रोल नंबर 5 साक्षी भोसले. हेलो. Are you there? Okay. Are you getting concept? Roll number 24 from division A. Are you getting? Okay. Roll number 2 from division B. Roll number 32 from division B.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So amortized complexity is in today's computer science is a method for analyzing given algorithmic complexity. This amortized complexity is used for analyze the given algorithmic complexity, that is how much of a resource is utilized, that is in terms of time or in terms of memory that takes for execution, that is the amortized complexity. So suppose here we'll take one example. Suppose here one number is inserted 11. Okay. So there is no space. Suppose insert element first. Whenever the element is inserted in this, suppose this is a stack. This is not actually stack, but consider there is no space, then it becomes overflow. While inserting new element, while inserting new element, suppose you want to insert new element, then take double space as from previous. Previous has only one space, so for whenever you are inserting new element, take double space of previous. Okay, so space is double than previous, and copied previous elements as it is. Okay, copied previous elements as it is, and suppose I want to insert new element as a 12. Okay, now see, there is space is only for two elements. At this condition, it also becomes overflow. Suppose I want to insert third element. Suppose I want to insert third element, then take memory space or space double of previous. So here previous only two spaces, so take double and copy the previous elements as it is. So 11, 12, and suppose I want to insert third element 13. Now at this stage, this space becomes available, or this is empty. This space is available for inserting next variable. Suppose I want to insert fourth variable. I will check whether there is a space or not. If there is a space, then I can directly insert new element. That is 11, 12, 13, and next element suppose 14. Suppose I want to insert fifth element. At fifth element, at fourth elements, it becomes overflow. So whenever I want to enter fifth element, I will take double space of previous, that is previous space is 4. Now I require 8 spaces. And copy the previous elements as it is 11, 12, 13, 14, and now I am going to insert fifth element 15. Now in this case, 3 spaces are available for inserting new 3 elements. Suppose I want to insert 6, then sixth element. For sixth element, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can directly insert sixth element. Suppose 16. I can also directly insert seventh element. Also direct insert eighth element. That is here A8, and at this time here it becomes overflow. Are you getting this concept? So this amortized complexity may include accounting for different types, input length of the input, and other factors. The amortized complexity may include accounting for different types of input, that is length of the input and other factors that affect its performance. I have given previous example when you are purchasing a single custard apple. See, when you are purchasing a single custard apple, so for single custard apple, you require 2 rupees. When you are purchasing 3 custard apples, you require 5 rupees. And when you are purchasing 7 custard apples, you require 10 rupees. So whenever you are purchasing number of elements, in this example, when you are purchasing maximum number of custard apples, then price is reduced that custard apple. When you are purchasing less number of custard apples, then price is increased. Similarly, when you are inserting, see in this case, when you are inserting only one element, then memory space is only one and it becomes overflow. For inserting next element, you should have to arrange a memory space double than previous. Memory space double than previous and copy the previous contents as it is and then insert new element. At second time, it becomes also overflow whenever you have inserted second element. Are you getting? समझता है? When you are you want to insert a third element, then check whether space is available or not. If there is no space, then make a space available double than previous. Double space, previous space is only 2, then double than, that is 4 spaces, and copy the previous contents as it is. Then insert third variable, and when you have inserted third variable, there is a space for fourth variable. You can directly insert here fourth variable, and whenever you have inserted fourth variable, the stack becomes overflow. Are you getting? Same case for inserting fifth element, inserting ninth element, inserting 17th element. Whenever you are inserting fifth element, that is previous position, previous condition is overflow. So take double space than previous. So and copy the previous contents as it is and insert fifth element. Whenever you have inserted fifth element, there are 3 spaces available for inserting new 3 numbers. You can directly insert 6th element, 7th element and 8th element. After entering 8th element, the condition becomes overflow. You cannot insert 9th element. For inserting 9th element, you should take or make available space double than previous, that is 16 spaces, and copy the contents as it is. And after entering 9th element, you can directly enter 10th element, 11th, 12, 13, whatever, up to 16th element. Whenever you have entered 16th element, it becomes overflow. Are you getting? इथपर्यंत समजलंय? So amortized analysis guarantees that the average performance of each operation in worst case also. It will take average performance, and amortized analysis does not use any probabilistic reasoning. There is no probability. It will take integers only. There is no fractional part. Okay, there are three types of amortized analysis. First is aggregate method. There are three types of amortized analysis. First is aggregate method. Second is accounting method. And third is potential method. Okay, we are going to see these three methods one by one. Before that, if you have any query, please ask. Hello. Hello. Roll number 14 from division A. One four from division A. Roll number 50 50.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting
Yes,
a
sir.
concept? समझला है?
हो sir.
Roll number 77 from division A. Siddesh Pardeshi, are you there? Roll number 17 17 from division B.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll number 57 from division B. Okay. So the idea is to increase size of table. That is, we have seen the example. Whenever suppose you want to insert element 9, we have seen in previous, that is up to 8 we have seen. So I want to insert element 9. Then copy, that is at up to 8 it becomes overflow. Then take double of previous, that is 16 spaces. That is copy of previous 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Whenever you are inserting ninth element, suppose 19, so make double of previous and copy the previous contents as it is and insert next element. You can directly insert here 10th element, 11th element, 12th element, 13th, 14th, 15th. Okay, that is here suppose 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25 up to 15th element you have inserted. Whenever you insert 16th element, that is suppose 26, it becomes overflow. For 17th elements, suppose you want to insert 17th elements, then there is a no space available in this table. So for making availability of that space, then make double than previous space and copy the previous contents as it is and then insert. So what is the complexity or what is the time complexity of is in this example? So first we will see element number. Element number, suppose we are going to insert element number 1, element number 2, that is E1, E2, one or E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9, E10. See, in this example, we have seen that suppose wherever we are inserting element first, there is availability of only one space. Okay, 11 first is inserted, then it becomes overflow. Whenever I want to insert next element, make space double than previous or available, the availability of the space then double than previous, and you can insert copy the previous contents as it is and insert new element. Then whenever inserted second element, it also becomes overflow. Whenever you are inserting third element, then make double space than previous and copy the previous contents as it is and insert third element. Okay, so we'll see what is the total size of each element. Total size, whenever we are inserting first element, what is the total size of this table is 1. Are you getting? Whenever inserting first element, total size of this table is 1. Whenever inserting second element, total size is 2. See this table. Whenever we are going to insert third variable, then the size of that table is for element 3. See these size of this table. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Are you getting? Size, whenever you are going to insert third variable, size of this is 4. Whenever you are inserting fourth variable, size of this table is, you can directly insert here fourth variable. Size of this table is 4. Are you getting? समझता है?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever you are going to insert fifth element, suppose here you want to insert fifth element. Whenever you have entered fourth element, at that time the table becomes overflow and you want to insert fifth element E5, then there is no space, make availability of space double than previous, and copy the contents previous as it is. Okay, then you can insert fifth element. Whenever you have inserted fifth element, table size is 8. Whenever you are inserting sixth element, table size is also 8. Whenever you are inserting seventh element, table size is also 8. And whenever you are inserting eighth element, table size also 8. That is, you can directly insert 6, 7, and 8 element because there is availability of space in this table. Are you getting? Same for 19. Here table size will become 16. For 10th element, table size will become 16. And then, are you getting this? Then what is the cost? Cost for table 1 or element 1 is 1. For element 2 is 2. Check availability of spaces. For element first, there is only one element inserted. For element 2, there is no space, only 2 elements are inserted. For element 3, cost is 3. For element 3, cost is 3. And whenever you are inserting fourth element, cost is 1 because there is only one space available while entering fourth element. Are you getting? While entering fifth element, cost is 5. Sixth element, here you have entered a fifth element, cost is 5. See, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And these 3 spaces are empty. Whenever you are entering sixth element, you can directly enter, cost is 1. For seventh, cost is 1. For eighth, cost is 1. After entering, the table becomes overflow. There is no space. So for entering ninth element, you should increase the table size double than previous. So here cost is 9. And for suppose 10th element, cost is 1. Are you getting? What is the table size and what is the cost? Hello, write in chat box. Are you getting or not? And we should have to calculate amortized cost of these cost or total size. That is amortized cost is equal to total cost divided by number of elements. Suppose we have inserted n number of elements, so amortized cost is equal to total cost, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 1 up to nth, all divided by n. Okay, so we will collect this ones. We'll collect this one, this one, this one, this one to one side, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus remaining numbers 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 9 plus all divided by 2, all divided by n. Are you getting? Then I will erase this part. Then we should write here, that is 2 is divided, that is 2 is equal to, we can write 1 plus 1. For 3 is, we write 2 plus 1. For 5 we'll write 4 plus 1. For 9 we are going to write 8 plus 1. That is amortized cost is equal to here 1 plus 1 plus up to last one, plus instead of 2 we can write 1 plus 1, instead plus instead of 3 we can write 2 plus 1, instead of 5 we can write 4 plus 1, instead of 9 we can write 8 plus 1 plus all divided by n. Okay, we can add this one, this one, this one, and this one to this curly bracket. Then 1 plus 1 plus up to this, plus here we can write 1, this is a remaining one, plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus dot dot dot, all divided by n. Are you getting up to this? This 1 plus 1 plus 1, this is n times. So value of this is n plus in bracket, or you can write here 2 raised to 0. This 1 means 2 raised to 0, plus this 2 means 2 raised to 1, plus this 4 means 2 raised to 2, plus this 8 means 2 raised to 3, plus dot dot dot, all divided by n, which is equal to value of this is, that is log base 2 n minus 1, which is equal to, suppose n is equal to 1, if we put, then plus value of this n minus 1, then plus 1, which is equal to which is equal to 2 raised to 0 plus 2 raised to 1 plus 2 raised to 2 plus 2 raised to 3 plus dot dot dot. And this log 2 raised to n minus 1 all plus 1, which is also equal to 2n, which is also equal to 2n. That is, we can directly write here n plus 2n, all divided by n, which is equal to 3n, all divided by n, which is equal to 3. And this is a constant, and this is constant, and amortized cost or complexity of amortized cost, that is here 3, and we can write amortized cost or amortized cost complexity is equal to order of 1. Whenever any complexity comes in any constant, then we can declare order of 1, that is big OH of 1. Are you getting? See the concept carefully. Then there, as previously told to you that there are three methods, that is aggregate method, accounting method, and potential method. So aggregate method, in this aggregate method, we can determine the upper bound, that is actual sum of cost. In this example, we have seen this is big OH is denoted for upper bound. So aggregate method calculate the upper bound, that is the sum of the actual cost of n operations. Then accounting method. So for accounting method, we assign amortized cost to compute number of operations, that is P of I. For accounting method, we compute number of operations in terms of P of I is equal to amortized I, that is amortized cost minus actual cost, that is I, plus P of I minus 1. This is the formula for accounting method. This is for studying only. There are no problems on this. And third method is potential method. So potential method, we can assign the problems or number of operations as P of n minus P of O, that is actual input minus actual output, which is greater than equal to 0. This is a potential method. This is the formula for potential method. This is only for study, not for implementation, or problems may not be asked on this. Are you getting? इथपर्यंत समजलंय? Okay, this is the end of the chapter first, introduction. In this chapter, we have seen that first, what is the algorithm? We have seen that what is algorithm, what are the properties of algorithm, then pseudocode, rules for writing pseudocode, and see the pseudocode rules carefully. In remaining chapters, there are only algorithms. So you should have to write the algorithms in pseudocode. Okay. Then recursive function, recursive algorithm we have seen. Then we have seen that the complexities, that is performance measurement. In performance measurement, we have seen space complexity, time complexity, then different asymptotic notations, that is big OH, then theta, then omega. Okay, then we have seen the different examples on these, then graphical presentations of different functions, that is log n is less than n is less than n square is less than n raised to n. We have seen this general formula. Then last part we have seen amortized complexity. In amortized complexity there are three methods: aggregate method, then accounting method, and third potential method. Okay, what is if you have any query, ask. See the syllabus carefully. If any point is remaining, please tell me. Or any point is not understood, then please ask. Roll number B35. Are you there? Roll number B52. Roll number B27. Roll number B75. Roll number A47.
Yes, sir.
Did you get all concepts?
Yes, sir.
Roll number A17. Roll number A57.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting all concepts? समझ ले?
Yes, sir.
Is there any query? Roll number A68. Okay, we have completed chapter first as well as two experiments. First experiment is a study experiment. So start write up for the start writing experiment. See, I will share lab manual. Okay, your first experiment is a study experiment, that is introduction of design and analysis of algorithm. In this experiment, you should have to write what is algorithm, properties of algorithm, then expectations from algorithm, then pseudocode rules, then recursive algorithm, then performance analysis. In that, space complexity, time complexity, asymptotic notation, practical complexities, and performance measurement. And last, asymptotic, last is amortized complexity. You should have to mention all these performance analysis. Okay, this is your first study experiment. Is there any problem while writing the first experiment? Hello? I think there is no problem. Okay. So write first experiment and keep ready. Okay. We'll stop here, and from next lecture, we'll start new chapter, that is divide and conquer method. Okay. We stop here.